Nice, I found it. Okay. Tommy Tallarica, because he knows how to make the music. Let's turn on the game's audio for once and let's get fucking started. Alright, everybody. Give me one more second. Nothing like it. Nothing like Earthworm Jim music. Alright, everybody. It's your boy Hardcore, and we're back. Let's get this shit started. Let me change the music to what we know and love so much. It's Blue Archive time, baby. Alright. Alright, everybody. Let's get this show on the road, because what I want to do is we've got some important information to get started with. Because I'm sure we've all heard we've got chapters coming out and new information. So, let me go open the window again. We got that newsletter that just came out. Pretty great stuff, I gotta say the least. So I want to go over that to start off with. Alright. First of all, we got on the deck, we're going to do the newsletter, then we're going to do the farm, and then after we finish farming and VR stuff, we're going to go play Limbus Company. That's one addition I've been waiting to put into this, because I wanted to get stuff set up for it, so we can get ready for Walpurgis Knot when we stream that too, alongside Tokiko's renewal as well. Speaking of Tokiko, though, my least favorite character in the game is getting a renewal, and most of the entire series itself. So, I think there's another, let's just read this. So, to start off with, she's getting a renewal. It's going to start on September 3rd. So, you get a week to do all the events and stuff like that. Alright, that's the long and the short of it. Everything's going to be on rate up for her. You know, all of her weapons, it's like... All of her weapons are going to be on rate up. But she's also going to get the Fomorian Edge, which is her new renewal weapon. But I only wonder what the hell is that going to do in the first place. If it continues the trend of renewal weapons being that fixes up like a niche situation or build on her, that would be certainly pretty great. Because, actually I gotta, oh, damn it. I gotta open that. I gotta actually pull up Tokiko really quick. Because I don't remember what skills are on her. Because that's literally how much I use Tokiko in the first place. I don't remember what they are. Because they sent out a follow-up email that I don't have. It's like, well, I think it's updated on their website. But from what I remember, the skills that change are going to be Stone Piercer, Squall, Clairvoyance, Smashing Spree, Blast, Magpie, and Hummingbird. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 skills of her are going to change in some capacity. Because, as everybody knows, Miss Tokiko has got a lot of problems. But she certainly isn't without help. The Nasty Broad's got some very powerful things, to say the least. So I can already imagine that she's going to be like pretty busted in the first place when she gets the renewal. Because she's going to go from like one of the worst characters in the game to one of the best at that point. Obviously, this is a character I actually want to cover in the first place, because everybody else, when they get their renewals, it's either like going to be underwhelming or like it changes them completely, like Asuka or Ingrid. Like Kira's renewal was fucking terrible. I really hated it. Because it only changed like 3 things about her. But we'll save all that information for Tokiko. Alright, this is now September events. Log in for a week. You log in for about 2 weeks, you'll get the next Murasaki supporter that you get for free. You get a Lunar Ore, the Dangos, Gacha Coin, Element Kits. That's pretty good. Just log in for a week, you get pretty nice rewards. Another bingo event. This bingo event, though, is going to bring back Butler Asagi, the Butler costume. And I don't know if it's going to bring back the weapon itself, because the weapon itself is specifically for her blue build, and is pretty damn good in the first place. I like Butler Asagi in the first. I like Butler Asagi in the costume and the supporter because it's a really strong blue in the first place. That I won't deny. And then we have more surprise missions. We get the Moon Rabbit. I think that's like something. No, that was for Easter. We got another rabbit, so we get another for that. We'll get to this in a minute. But yes, we're gonna get a chapter update in about 2 weeks. So well, actually, next week is Tokiko's renewal, and then after that, we're gonna get the chapter 22 update. Something I was looking at, it's like, oh, cool. It's like, I guess, what is it? Murasaki and What's-Her-Face are over in China right now, so I guess maybe we're going to have it take place in China in the first place. Because it's like... Because I won't lie, this is like, this character right here, I thought this was like something out of Star Rail or Genshin Impact. Because it's like, it really feels like a, what is it? Ride-in at home, to say the least. I'm not exactly impressed because it looks like just any other Genshin character, but she's got massive tits in the first place. Really good stuff there. She looks nice, but I'll be real. People are going to forget about her as soon as she's introduced unless she does something pretty important in there. Like if she doesn't get the support that Lapis and Spinel got, like the massive push, and they're also like pretty busted and important characters, nobody's going to care about her. She's pretty, though, and that's what counts. This is better, though. Let's see. We're going to have our Golden Pass. It's fall is coming, everybody. Fall is coming in more ways, shape, or form than you can believe. Because now we've got Yukata... not Eleanor. Phantasma. I like this. This is a Golden Pass. It's certainly worth picking up. We got a repeat event. It's going to last until... about a month, so this I've already got a copy of this supporter in the first place. I liked her event too. I would have wished they would have like done something more with her in the first place, but that's just how it goes for the most part. Clarissa is like, she's also part of the event too. Oh wait, it doesn't scroll correctly on that one because it's like it's too zoomed in on the preview. Well, I have to zoom in on, like, I have to look at this differently on the computer itself. Like we're listening to Blue Archive music right now, and it's like, oh yeah, this game is Korean. I forgot this game is Korean as well. So it's got like, we have Kalissa Vanguard right here. She's like, she's a Blue Archive character that didn't make it. She looks cool though. Like if she actually got into Blue Archive, she'd be like one of those secondary characters that everybody would love, but would get like minimal art. Because I think it's like when this event that she comes in, it has to do something with like a space satellite or something. So it's like she's an otherworldly character. Who knows? She fell from space. She fell from Blue Archive and came to Action Taimanin. She's actually not that good of a supporter either, but you need her now because they have a supporter formation that requires her. However, I'm more concerned about this. This is the thing that I've been waiting for like since the game started. This is the event supporter Onigumo Saburo, and we're gonna have Sujin Lei's day off. It has been, I think, 3-4 years at this point that. Like 3-4 years at this point that we have not ever seen the supporter rerun. It is one of the best demon supporters in the game, and only now is it coming back. Granted, time has not been kind to Onigumo in terms of her active ability, but boy oh boy, does 44% more demon damage against demons. That's more valuable than ever. It's always been good. So do not miss this, any way, shape, or form. The event's pretty cool too. Besides, like, you get a really cool supporter with it. Who cares? And on roll up, they have event. Was it a roll up? Rate up. Fuma Hibiki. This is actually one of the original supporters that they had. That this ran at the same time as Onigumo. So this is actually, it's what is it? It's 40% more damage on basic attacks against enemies with debuffs. Years and years ago, that wasn't so great, but now we actually have the means to make this possible. So this is actually a very strong supporter for characters who hit really hard with their basic attacks, like Murasaki. Or Rin, or anybody who uses Suppress, because I know this one's a Suppress one. Because I had this one maxed out because it's a very old supporter. You're going to get it eventually. Now, here's another really good supporter too. We got Sengen Misaki, 50% more damage in VR, in green, a color that actually needs help in VR. So it's like, who can say no to that? That's great. I think this will be this is the second time this is going to be reran. No, this is the first time it's been reran, so it's certainly worth picking up. And Saya is on rate up as well. This is going to happen in just at the same time before, what do they call that? It's the, before the chapter 24 update or something. And now we get Phantasma's limited package. This is the ticket. It's like we got Phantasma over here. She's going to have 2 limited costumes in the same month. Hard to believe in the first place. They know good old Fentanyl Phantasma really brings in the cash. And she certainly knows how to make it work for everybody. Because my goodness, look at all this. Like making Shiranui out here jealous. We got the range characteristics. We got range none, and we've got melee none. Fantastic. I can only know what this unholy abomination is going to bring to us. But it's certainly, I hope it's something worthwhile. Knowing them, it would affect her blue build or something and make it hit for 10 million damage or something like that. But she's already a debuffing monster, and I'm glad they are continuing this trend with her. It looks great. And the return of Guardian Gear Shisui. This is going to appear, September 10th. This is if you are actually playing Shisui, this is like the supporter. You get the supporter and you get the weapon for it, because it makes. Let's see, I have the supporter and it gives its effect. It's like White Feather Asuka, where it will boost twice because Shisui is a machine suppress, so White Feather Asuka will do numbers on her, and then her supporter does more damage for suppressed characters and even more damage with familiars. And then her support, the weapon itself for this is it causes it when she uses her red skill to suck enemies up, which is actually really valuable in VR. It's valuable anywhere really, because it makes it so small enemies get sucked up to Shisui, and it makes auto farming with her easier. It is effectively the answer to Shisui's some of Shisui's problems. But sadly, Troop Leader Oboro doesn't do that very much for her. This is also the very first. Oboro's actual taunt ability was the first skill taunt. This is the first supporter with the taunt. This is one of my favorite Oboro costumes in the first place. The weapon itself isn't very good. It wasn't good back then, and it still isn't going to be very good now, but the costume is where it's at, though. I love Troop Leader Oboro. It's what I used to use for the most part before she got the Celti costume. Then we got Blackbeard Kiara, great supporter too. That's a premier demon supporter as well, along that and the longevity aspect. They're not going to rerun the supporter, I can already tell that much, because this is the same situation with White Feather over here, my favorite Asuka costume. They're not going to rerun the supporter, even though everybody knows that the supporter is one of the most valuable in the game, next to New Year Felicia. This is so cool, though. It's like I think it is the inspiration for when I was making my Time of Thoughts video about hair, because this thing is full of joints and places to get caught. So it's like, That's probably why Asuka had to get a haircut so it didn't get caught in her joints. Smart. She's a smart girl, everybody. And then we get Nurse Kiara. This was a Golden Pass costume from like 3 years ago. This is when Kiara used to get costumes too. Can you guys actually remember the last time like Kiara got a costume? Because she got what? The summer costume, and before that, what did she get? A few other things. She hasn't had a limited one in a very long time like this. No, I think her last limited one was like Christmas, I think. But my favorite Astaroth costume, Autumn Queen, that's back. That's a really good one. That was no, her Desire costume when she released was the dragon one that nobody uses now. That's already been reran. But Autumn Queen though, that's where it's fucking at. And Scorching Thaughtum, that's a good one too. That's a sad one to have missed as well. And then we got new costumes. We got Autumn Breeze. They get to add on to that with Lapis and Francis. Look at that, they rhyme. It's like pottery. Let's see, we got Team Booba over here. They're looking real good. I like the hairstyle that they got going on for Lapis over there. And the funny cat ears with, of course, the gal animal print because she's an absolute animal in the sack. And, of course, reruns for Autumn Breeze. Look at that. Sora's actually getting a costume reran for the first time in like 2 years. People remembered about her. Granted, that also means that's also because she got ran at the same time as Rin. Can you believe that both of these like absolutely strong characters came out one after another? I can, because I was there. And then we got the final destination with Autumn Breeze. Aina gets hers, and so does Anrose. It's a new costume for Aina. I like that a lot. That'll be another one of those where I help finish out the entire set for her. Oh, it doesn't do that. Gotta unlock it. Alright, and there we go. At the very end of it all, from August 29th to September 5th of this year, if you enter in the code in there inside that, you'll be able to get the Tsukimi Dango that restores your AP by 20. Easy enough to say, harder to do, because it opens up a new window every time you like enter the code. Alright. No, I'm going to rescale my window. So that way. Because that, right? Alright, let's go. Set that back up. Perfect. But now we got a game to do. Because I had the game opened up before I could do that. Because we got to go do some farming. Oh, that's going to be loud. So what did you guys all think about the newsletter situation? You think it's going to be any good? Is there anything in there for you that makes you go like, yeah, that's going to make me directly just say, yep, I'm going for it. That's what I'm going to do. It's what I deserve. Because the Lapis, not the Lapis Desire costumes, I already got that. What do you call that again? It's the, there's Aina's costume. There's the Golden Pass costume. I don't know, what would you guys think? You going to pick up the Golden Pass itself? Because obviously the Golden Pass, like you miss the Golden Pass and it's going to cost even more in the future. Which is always such a load of shit in the first place. We'll get him, Tokiko. Well, actually, this is the perfect time to go over some of Tokiko's stuff, because since her renewal is coming next week, it reminds me in the fact that it's like Tokiko itself is a very sad state of affairs in how she plays, because like every time that I have like used her, she doesn't turn out very well. Like all of her skills have such extreme cooldowns. Like they take forever to come back. Like they've gotten better with that as time has went on in terms of like making the skills like be usable in the first place. Not a whole lot of stuff really lines up for her or does a lot in the first place. Like if I remember, Clairvoyance itself, it takes like 17 seconds to cool down. I mean, I understand it's pretty strong, but there's one skill in there that actually does even worse. Is when she does the bomb drop skill, that takes like 20 seconds to cool down without any supports. Like you're never gonna see that skill like more than like 2 times. It's just a sad state of affairs for everybody's favorite fat ass butler. And even then, her what is it? I think like is Psychic her sister? I don't know. Looking forward to the new chapter with potential of a new character, and looking forward to play the repeat of the first global event. It's been way too long for that. It really has. That's something I was like, oh, I wish they reran it sooner. But I guess they're all gearing up for anniversary, so that we have all these skills, not all these skills, but all these things ready for when the big content drops. Tokiko, where's the crits? Where's the crits, Tokiko? Put random stuff on there. Yeah, there you go. So where are we in terms of the story right now? Great tag, Tokiko. Have you guys ever looked at the water in this stage before? Actually, I think it's funny in the first place. Like when you look at it straight up and down like that, there's no texturing because it's supposed to like the sun is reflecting off of it. But then you turn around, it's like, oh. The water gets totally dark. Oh, the lighting is based off the character. I just realized that. I was like, why is the ocean so blindingly bright? Damn, I hit for 5 million damage. Who would be characters you guys want to see for the game's anniversary? Because they've obviously set it up to, you know, it's like we've had the long time trend with how the character who gets a limited supporter or is like pushed pretty hard in like the last couple of events, they get a character during those one of those months. Because the consensus goes so far that it's going to be someone like Foxy Grandma over there. I certainly wouldn't mind it, but it also makes me like somewhat suspicious in the fact like they released her out really early. Because me, I'm more of a clone Asagi type of guy. I like my Blade Runner detective. Because actually, yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. She's a literal Blade Runner. And she's also a detective like Deckard from the movie. No! Tokiko, why? You're supposed to do Asagi levels of ultimate damage, and you didn't kill him. Oh. Expectations betrayed. My soul hurts. Ah. Oh, lament, mourn, and despair. My run was dead. Ooh, that was good. Good job, Tokiko. Don't let me down again like this, girl. Come on, you got it. Yeah, there we go. There, right in the back. Woo. Tokiko, your ultimates almost always kill. Oh shit, we got Menos Madhouse in here. Professional VTuber extraordinaire. Stabbing him. Call me Captain Stabbing up in here. Jump in there, baby girl. You know what it's doing. You're in a collab. In a collaboration situation. That's where it's at. It's been a while since I've done any collaboration work. Oh yeah. I didn't stream last week, which means I Okay, that's right. Last week we there was a pretty big update with VR, and they added in a new boss, which was, you know, Dragon Ingrid. Ingrid, of course, is she pulled out all the stops, and she requires you to pretty much have a pretty goddamn solid setup in VR to make sure you actually can prevail against her. She's a pretty tough fight, I gotta say that. Because I think, like, I was fighting against her last week, and I got up to like 67. Because my composition mostly looked like with Oboro, Phantasma, and and Astaroth dealing damage. Because anything else was just like, the fight itself is very involved. Like, she actually has something you have to pay attention to, which is the flame pillars. Because it's like, I don't know if it's exactly on a timer or it's an HP threshold situation. But not Tokiko, but Astaroth will just, you know, Ingrid will activate, will become completely invincible and activate her flame pillars to do, like, to give you Hellfire stacks on the furthest away partner you have on screen. It's annoying to deal with, but it's also pretty important. Because if you learn how to manage those correctly, you can use those to bait out extreme dodges. The fight is actually quite hard, and it's something that it's like, okay, it's one of those sort of days, like, it's like machines, where you need to prepare explicitly for it. Like, there are ways to they actually made it difficult to passively farm because of the Ingrid's Flame Pillar situation. Nice lag. However, the fight itself is not impossible. Like, there are people who manage to get, obviously, to 100 by itself. It makes me wonder if they're actually going to do the same thing that they did with Spider Queen. Tokiko, girl, come on. Girl, it's 2 times. Does he, like, resist ultimates or something? No, he doesn't. He's just... Tokiko is just very unfortunate. 36%. But no, Spider Queen has a situation where you, like, when her fights are first introduced, every time she has a phase change or she would spawn in her spiders, she would be completely invincible for the entire duration. And it just made the fight drag on for much, much longer. And it would make it just, like, unnecessarily tiresome to do. So they made it so where she is no longer invincible during the summoning animation, and now she's one of the easier bosses to do. So there's 2 things with Ingrid, because she has those attacks where she summons flame pillars, and she is completely invincible during it, and she does that, like, she can do it at the level. Most times I've ever had her do it was 7 times. That animation, I think, takes 6 seconds to do. So you have to sit. So if she did it 7 times, that's 42 seconds. You can't hurt her. It's annoying to say the least, but that means you just gotta learn how to do damage better. And there's also a thing where she has, what is it called? Whenever she when she leaves the field, when she does her attack that summons flame pillars, it takes her off of the battlefield. She also has another attack that's an area sweep that takes her off of the battlefield. She becomes a non-targetable entity, and it becomes at a point where it's like, because you can't target her, the game kind of starts going a little crazy with the AI. It doesn't know what to do, so it instantly sends your AI partners into a very bad situation. Like, they'll try to run and attack Ingrid's fireball. They'll attack, they'll just start running around somewhere else. So that's on a conception. I think that's on a conceptual level for the game, where it's it has that kind of a problem where if combat has stopped but the level is still going and it's not doing a phase transition, kind of breaks the game a little, and it's pretty annoying because it happened once where I needed my characters to be nearby so they could start attacking Ingrid when she comes out of her animation, and they weren't there because they were attacking a fireball that was in the corner where I put all of the flame pillars, and I lost the fight because I couldn't get them out of there, and they took way too much damage because Ingrid went up behind them and smacked them all to death. Not exactly my most favorite situations, but Ingrid is a learning experience. I have a lot to say about her. That's better than most of the bosses in the game in the first place. She's actually hard. If they continue this trend of actually making difficult bosses, it would get you, it would more or less like, well, no, what it does is it increases the gulf between like all the players, in the sense that it's like, okay, if you can't effectively find a solution to Ingrid within the first like minute, because the longer the fight goes on, the more dangerous it gets. So if you aren't at the point where you can solve Ingrid in about 45 seconds to 1 minute, you're going to struggle for the rest of the entire game, which is very sad to say the least, because I know a lot of players that ask me, other people as well, it's like, how am I supposed to do this? What do I need to get prepared for VR? And it's like, well, this is like a Rin situation where it is an omen of things to come. Well, I certainly appreciate the challenge. I don't know if they will. Let's try Tokiko in a different color. But more or less, it's like... Ooh, let's do green. Yeah. What is it? I really do hope, though, it's like... That's, that Ingrid costume, I think... No. I was thinking of her defense supporter from Taba, which is like just her completely covered in, she's completely naked and covered in fire, which is great look. Great look. Gotta say the least. Gotta say the least. Damage up all. Torajiro. Look at this. This is 20 seconds. You will never ever see this. I'll barely be able to use this twice. Smashing, Stone Piercer, Clairvoyance. Because I think this Ingrid costume comes from RPGX. Really, Tokiko? You aren't armored enough to get through the entire animation? What's the last costume Ingrid got? I honestly have trouble remembering right now. I think it was... No, her idol outfit's a very long time ago. Because most of, if not all of her costumes are just like, have been reruns for the most part. I want to check that myself. Miss Ingrid. Corporate Warrior. Secret Gift was last year. The Maids. The Maids was the most recent one. Sadly, I don't have Trader Knight yet. They keep releasing characters that I want to keep getting costumes for. No, because I think the last friend costume I got was for Phantasma, that's it. Because Phantasma's is really cool. I like Phantasma. I'm glad she's in the game. Something I really have been appreciating though is that as of late, I think in like probably the last 2 years, they've really just taken like characters straight out from RPGX, even just straight up new ones as well, and putting them into like AT as like playable characters. It almost feels like they're really pushing it at this point, and I'm so glad because they're characters who they're fan favorites from RPGX, and then you finally get to use them in a physical sense during in Action Taimanin. They're starting to weave the games together, kind of like how it actually started off in the first place. Because RPGX, no, Action Taimanin was supposed to be the Safe Work spin-off of RPGX. Then they made it turn into its own thing by like retconning some stuff. So I think they're actually starting to go back to those sort of roots, and now they're just making like, all right, you get to see the character in RPGX, give it a few more months and you'll be able to play as them in this. It's such what a strong way to actually, you know, make people want to play both games. It's getting smarter. They're getting smarter. How many do I have? 15,680. I need about 2,000 more. case you didn't know, though, this is here's some advanced Tokiko tech for you. I don't know if this will change during her update, but a trick with Fan is that you don't actually need the set. The set is only a critical hit rate boost and tracking properties and a few more projectiles. So what you do with Fan is that since you get up right close to the enemy, and since the projectiles innately have Pierce, you can throw them and they'll fly directly forward. She will throw those projectiles and do a ton of damage because it has a shotgun effect to it. It's similar to Squall, except it doesn't have the critical damage booster. You just gotta aim it right. Sometimes I feel like they do these stealth buff characters. Like people like Tokiko, where people like not a lot of people play her in the first place, or they don't have much going on with them. They make small, subtle changes to them. Because a long time ago on her release, Stone Piercer did not have like that big of a hitbox. Like you got up in there, you'd probably catch 1 or 2 enemies, but now it can now the hitbox is effectively like an explosion in front of her. But also her passive, when they're gonna give her a passive for her renewal update, and that passive is going to be anytime that's like the more times you keep striking an enemy, the you get increased critical hit chance. 7 million, good. So I don't know if that explicitly is going to apply to her or the rest of the team, because that means you will most likely have to pilot Tokiko yourself, because Tokiko innately does not have any healing or any way to recover. So you can't leave her by herself. Because Tokiko certainly has the ability to be like an all-out assault character that's going to be very strong. Like, she's had this potential for years. She just can't use it very well because she just gets interrupted day in and day out. But now if she has a way to actually increase critical hits over time for the entire group in VR, who knows, maybe this will be the critical renaissance that they've been clamoring for so much. Because as of right now, it's a bad state of affairs for her. Because you can use her actually very, very effectively in VR. You have to manually play as her, but you will certainly get the most out of her if you play her in VR. Because if I remember correctly, there's a simple but very strong strategy with her, in that you just start stacking multiple forms of defense down, but you need to have defense downs that have different cooldowns. Because there's the way debuffs work in this game is that you can have multiple sources of defense down, but they need to have different cooldowns. So this is how Lena is able to apply 3 forms of defense down with 2 skills, with each one of her skills. Because they last 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and 5 seconds. So you can get like minus 50% defense down. So the trick is to use Clairvoyance, which lasts I think like 6 seconds. Then you use Dart Knife, which has a 40% defense down for 10 seconds. Then you use Shizuru or I keep wanting to say Lapis. Phantasma. You use Shizuru Phantasma because Phantasma has a 1 second defense down when she stands near an enemy. It's a 20% defense down for that lasts for like 1 second. So you can stand if she stands near with that. She also has another skill that inflicts like a 5-second defense down or something, and she has another way of defense down as well. Shizuru has Whip Grip and Whip Shot. That's a 10-second defense down. I think like another 7-second defense down. So if you find ways to just like keep layering that on there, and you have someone like Astaroth come in there, she'll be able to finally sit there and do her 5 million damage nukes like she never was nerfed in the first place. Honestly, kind of nuts. But you'd still have to be playing Tokiko. I'm just glad they're finally making the change for her, because it is actually very exciting to see that it's like, finally. This is a character who actually severely needs the rework. Well, there are several others that severely need a rework. But it's like Noah. Noah got hers, and she is now an extremely solid all-around character in pretty much all content. Like, having an entire set of penetration Magatamas built into a character is pretty nuts to think about. Then Oboro got hers, and it made her like the premier debuffer and one of the premier debuffers in VR for incapacitation. Ingrid's was like okay at best. Murasaki's, I just think, just changed her look for the most part. Sue's gave more defense up and changed the way some skills behave, but just made her stronger all around. Asagi, Sakura, and Yukikaze, since they're the first ones, they're the most unfortunate ones to actually get them, because them adding in passives is like somewhat of an afterthought when they do renewals, because Kiara sure didn't get hers, and she needs that. Her weapon doesn't even do that much for her in the first place. Like, it has a chance to inflict freeze, but even then it's like mediocre at best. It's like, it's not good. They barely changed anything for her as well. Because I'm sure y'all know that it's like, you know, she sells in RPGX. But for the most part these days, she's just mostly forgotten. So when they gave her the update, I was just like, alright, what did they do? And they didn't do anything for her, which is very sad. Well, nothing really substantial. Her Ice Mines track, Glacier Drop hits twice, some animations were tweaked, and the way her default costume looks is different. But then you change it to another one and nothing changed, so the default body just stayed the same. Disappointing to say the least, because then you have characters like Lapis, Eleanor, Francis, Phantasma. They get all that sort. They get like the big fat booty, and then Kiara is just effectively forgotten. Granted, I'm not much of a fan of Kiara in the first place, but I certainly do not like to see injustice to characters people do like, except Tokiko. Sometimes I wish they would just go back and give passives to the, you know, characters that don't have them, but it's like, we'll just have to see. Usually at Anniversary, I think they start laying out what they're going to do for the upcoming year. They start laying out what they want to do for the upcoming year. So the only thing we have to do is just wait at this point. So any guesses on the anniversary character? I imagine it might be a Nage. There's always a pretty good chance it is because of the way the pattern has gone for the longest time of you get your limited supporter and then you get your character. However, I'm not too sure about that because maybe they're planning something special for because they're maybe planning something special for anniversary, because last year's anniversary character was Hebiko, and Hebiko is obviously a character who has been in the game since the very beginning, and well, she finally got in the game and is playable. Hebiko is like a very solid all-around character. Is like she's pretty okay. She a bit lacking in the damage department. She needs a lot of help, but boy oh boy does she certainly come in with the utility. Like, she knows how to live long and prosper. I would think it's a Nage, but that's the thing with that's the situation I have though with what is it called? I am losing my mind. I keep wanting to call her Francis, but it's not Francis. It's I'm getting him a Boro. I'm forgetting. I'm losing my fucking mind. I can't remember. I just said her name too. Hebiko, that's it. Hebiko's supporter was from the very beginning of the game, and the limited supporter that we got during, like before anniversary, like when the show, before we're getting a new character, they get like a supporter or something. We didn't see anything about that. As much as I would like to believe it's going to be Foxy Grandma, because I love the big fat hag lady, I'm hedging my bets on this one. I will be happy if she gets in, but if it's someone else, I will be very surprised. The more important question is, do you think they're gonna get Now or they'll get, what is it, Now or Sheikah in there in the first place? Cool, 90 seconds. That got us 2 floors. Wow, Boro, you're so strong. You did the most damage out of everybody. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I have all these now. Let's enchant Skullface, everybody. Let's pray for good rolls. Plus 10, baby. Let's go. Does it really keep layering the sound effects like this? This is awful. God, that's awful. Wow. I usually play the game with the sound off in the first place, so I don't hear them do this. It really just sits there and just layers them back and forth. That's a bunch of shit right there, dude. Come on. Is there anybody I would particularly want for anniversary? Clone Asagi. I'm a very simple man. I have all of Asagi's costumes. I would do it all again just for her. I'm very impressed that we got it to +10, but it's like, oh my god. I wish I had Nagi's gotcha weapon that makes her do more damage to bosses. Because that would certainly make things a lot easier. What's the last thing that they've done with, like, regarding clones? Oh, I need to change the passive supporter setup. Do 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 do. So we have a clone Rin, we have clone Clone Asagi's introduced conceptually, and we have clone Yukikaze. Who else do we have in terms of clones? Murasaki and oh shit. Taunt slower, taunt slower. Okay. Alright, we're in the clear. No need to be scared anymore. Actually, no. Push her in the corner. Push her in the corner. I've got an idea. Push your fat ass in the corner. There we go. Now she can't escape. Everything's gonna hit her. Actually, I more or less don't even need that, because if I just apply it the one time, it'll work. We are solving the puzzle, boys. We are solving the puzzle. Where is she at? Do 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 do. That one. This will be like the first time in my life I'll ever see Oboro get near 100,000 power. I need to change your skills. I don't need Hypnosis Seal. There's not much for it here. I need more damage skills. Oh. Shit, no stacks are gonna fall off. Asagi saves the day. Murasaki's clones are the ones that attack in the UFS base. They have Rin to get her blood since her blood got sampled. Don't tell me they're gonna start searching her for parasites. I don't know. I'm gonna talk about that later. Honestly, I think it would be pretty cool if we got to fight like a clone army at some point of like various strong Taimanins we get to know. That took a lot longer than it needed to. That's what happens when your main DPS gets incapacitated. Oh no, Asagi did all that damage. Yeah, if she gets hit with the no-no stick, when they roll suppressed damage down, she just sits there and is like, "All right, now you don't get to do anything anymore." Oh, again, damn it! Yeah, it's gonna take 2 minutes again. I do find it kind of nuts though that they like went to go nerf Astaroth, but they inadvertently made Burn worthless, because Burn itself as because what is it? Burn scales off of how much damage your skill did. So you have situations where like Astaroth will do like 1 or 2 million damage. Say like let's do 1 million damage with her burn, and then she can have the burn surpass or do just as much damage as the meteor itself, because each of those burns have a chance. Each time a burn ticks, it has a chance to crit like any other attack. So it ends up doing like it's like 40% of like whatever dealt damage was. So then you get some sort of like ridiculous situation where like the burn, like it does a 1 million damage burn for a 1 million damage meteor. And what is it? It manages to update every time. Every time that you hit it with the meteor. So when you have stuff like the 2 meteors back to back, it would scale off like the last meteor's hit damage, but it's the meteor and does a bajillion damage in the first place. Split. Like, obviously, if everybody wants to go racing, they go get Serpent Blaze, and they wait for the enemies to spawn in and just, like, blow them all down. Oh, what are they doing there? Heart Catch, Demon Render, Raging Shoe 10. I don't know, I have a hard time believing this to some extent. Something I wish I could see is like, what are the team compositions that these people are running? Like, they got to be doing something like pretty crazy in the first place. Oh no. Well, at least boss HP up isn't active. Ugh. See, this is why I like Mass Taimanin. It's very easy to climb. It's you can just incapacitate her the entire time, and it comes to there every week. Like, I have no problem doing this because it's solved. It's solved content. The same guy who got Rin's blood also has combat data for Micah and Rinko, so it's possible future clones. That's good. We're up to 86 now. I can certainly appreciate that that she is because actually in the beginning, Oboro has actually been very solid against Mass Taimanin in the for the entire time. She just managed to get much more destructive thanks to her thanks to her renewal. God bless that angry woman. Oh, I got 50 of these. Let's open them up. And let's clear out some inventory. Oh, this is perfect. I just realized this. So what did you guys think of Francis? It's been about 2 weeks since she was released, you know, for the general public. What's everybody thought of her? Y'all spent some time with her, really think about like what's going on? Ooh, nice. Ooh, we got 10 of these. We'll use that. Beachside Storm. Because obviously I've let my thoughts be known on Francis. Dice ticket, I can't even use those anymore. That's gonna just take place in my inventory, great. Oh my god, we actually managed to get something out of the ticket. Are you serious? Holy shit. What the fuck? And it's actually a supporter that's not bad. Oh my god. Well, shit. Alright, that's I am honestly shocked. Wow. Legitimately speechless at this. I'm like, are you serious? Of all things, it's like it's not like a bunch of R supporters that I'm just gonna grind up for materials. It's a supporter that's actually fucking decent. If I could find her. She's got the booby too. Like, this supporter is like, I'm glad this is a general pool supporter because everybody will eventually, like, I hope everybody gets this at some point because this is something that you use when you have to fight against like Spider or machines. This is actually really effective on Spider because the Spider has like so many weak enemies that you can just like stack up things really fast. Because I think this is like, this maxes out at like 8%. So you get 56% damage boost because of killing ads. So you put this on someone like Eleanor and she just sucks up all the small spiders, rolls a 50%. She rolls a 50-50, and if she manages to win, and she will a lot because of the way this works, she just blow them up. Like, holy shit. And increase damage to the boss. It's like stealth good supporter. I just have a bunch of tickets because I don't use them. Like, I just have no reason to. I'm legitimately shocked. That never happens. Like, I still have this. But, like, honestly, if I to use this, it's like I just use it to clear my inventory. If anything, I just go get another copy of Orin. I mean, that's Francis's whole thing. Oh shit, I forgot we have to do we have the tomato event. So we need to clear with okay. I'll go to easy. That's what you sound like, Shisui? Really? We'll just do that. We'll finish this up and then we'll go over to we'll play Limbus Company afterwards. Her gimmick is not exactly the hardest thing to master in the world. It's just that it's very kind of a crappy gimmick, to say the least. It's like I wanted more out of Francis because she's so good. She's so good looking. And the character I actually wanted in the game, and then she's not good. And then she's not as good as I wanted her to be. She has a lot of she's got potential, that's for sure. I mean, she doesn't have the set boost. The Berserker weapons are weird because it's like they're just okay at best. And I've already got my inventory just so clogged up full of weapons I don't use. Like actually just I think the last couple of days I've just sat down and started like crunching up some of the weapons or turning them into resources to boost stuff I have already. I like having them for the collection aspect, but for the most part it's like I just don't need them. Let's see. You know, if there's ever a character who should have deserved like a stackable passive, it's Yukikaze. Like one of her premier weapons has always been Greek Fire. It actually becomes even more valuable in VR. So it's like, why couldn't she get something like a fun stackable passive? Like just build Greek Fire into her character. I have no problem with that. Rosencrantz, my favorite weapon. If she would like, well, here's the thing. If they if she got tipsy stacks just like from using skills, she would just be another version of Spinel. And I don't think they want to cannibalize the success of Spinel and Lapis by having a copycat character that's new in the spotlight and who has already had an established past. What other characters do I need? Rin and Asuka. Okay. What does she have? Thanks, mommy. Let's give you supporters so you can hit something. Sure. I didn't pick you, Anne Rose. Intoxicate is like a weird buff for me because it's like you lose so much control during the state, and it's very, very annoying to use. Like I really just can't get down with it. Oh jeez! Oh mommy, here we go! Plat plat kapow! Fuck 'em up. Intoxicate should have a defense boost built into it because getting your shit smacked out of you during it is not good. Like, when you play Francis in VR, you don't use the passive because getting 5 stacks and suddenly being unable to control your character who is at the mercy of the stinking ass AI and will run directly into the enemy and take 30,000 damage and probably die is like something I don't want. I need the... In there, I would need the control. So that's why everybody plays blue with grenade so she can get out of a situation. How about this? We'll call it like the weapon gives her responsible drunk, where she can get the same benefits, but she's slower, I guess. No, angry drunk. That's it. We'll get angry drunk, where it's she retains the properties of intoxicate. She'll do more damage and just like, you know, to get all that, the super armor, the damage, the speed boost, but give her defense and a very limited form of control. Like, she can still dash, but she'll randomly use skills, or like, yeah, give her the ability to use skills, because the only skills she can use during intoxicate is the Shuten like bat swinging attack, and that's because it's an accident. Kaiten screw one more time. Where are you, Asuka? There you are. Let me give my favorite robot something good. Delayaku. Dan, you're right. That's just Emily. I don't want her to play like Emily, because Emily is like Emily and Shisui are the least involved characters in the game, because you don't. The best way to play those characters is to not play them. Oh, I love Asuka. She's so much fun. Because Emily's renewal weapon, that's what it does. Just make her be able to use skills without doing anything. Honestly, when I start thinking about it more, intoxicate shouldn't probably exist. It makes things a little bit more complicated than it needs to. How many desires do I have? 160, okay. $20 times 11, so that's 220. Okay, I can't use that yet because it'll take me over. It'll put me over capacity. Wow, I got gems out of that. Ooh, nice. I can appreciate that they're both consistently good characters. Like, I remember when Shisui released, it's like, I didn't care so much that she was like, I knew she was gonna be one of the best because of the way she worked, because she has zero involvement with what happens, and she has automatic skill usage. So it's like, she's just slow Emily. And then you actually use Shisui manually, and she's just stupidly strong. Right, before we go over to a Ligma Company, we'll do one. We'll have some fun with that. We'll go to the arena. We'll go to the tippity top. We'll get Miss Shisui. What does she have? All enemy human, all enemy boost. We'll give her the machine boost supporter. Light explosion, arrowing light, guardian's charge. We need nature's light. We get Jesus Take the Wheel Gaming. Because believe it or not, there's actually tech to Shisui. Because Guardian will not attack if it's a certain distance away from Emily. It has to return to her to get new orders. It will also only attack like what she's targeting at that point. So once it returns to her like that, it'll get new orders and then continue to attack. Nope. Go get him, girl. Come on. Good run. This is actually quite nice. He's actually behaving. There we go. There we go. Yeah. And see, this part of the fight is like, since Guardian is completely invincible, and you just give her like, you just dash into Guardian, give him a new target, and then he'll continually, well, fuck that up. I have to wait out the whole cooldown now. Easy as that. Like, you can't obviously leave her completely alone in those type of fights, but that's just the long and the short of it. Thank you, Oboro. Alright, that's enough out of AT right now. Next up, we've got Ligma Company. Before that, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
본 적은 없지만 캐서린이 내게 만찬적의 음식을 들고 찾아와 주곤 했었지. 이제 와서는 전부 부질없는 옛 기억일 뿐이지만.
All right. Excellent. Welcome to Limbus Company, everybody. This is the other part of the stream where we're going to actually sit down and play the best part of the entire game that everybody loves. We're going to play Mirror Dungeons. This is the game everybody talks about. That's the funny hag game. Well, if you actually sit down and play the funny hag game, you'll realize it's not just about, you know, hot old women. It's a bigger situation than that. So today we're just going to be doing like, this is something I want to try more often, is like, we'll just play a mirror dungeon run during like once, like just stream it, and then and then from that we'll go from there. Like we'll just see how it turns out, and I'll just blog about and just chat about stuff. Need that. A weapon that gives her instant intoxication and regeneration. If it actually sat there and gave like instant regeneration to someone like to Francis, I could actually get down with that. Chart, ooh, wow, employee card, that's good for Faust. And oscillating bracelet, got that last time too. Ligma Company is very fun. I like it a lot. Does this game have decapitation? It has decapitation in many places. It's a very brutal game. Melted spring. Oh, that's good. I want the inhaler though. Well, this is actually the beginning, so it's not too bad. This is the Mirror Dungeons. This is the content of the game while you wait for Kantos to release. And now we get to show off the combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a 6th man, so this is slash damage. So this is a Project Moon game. It's like South Korea's biggest contribution to gaming besides MMOs and StarCraft. Like, it's actually a story you can take seriously and isn't like, these characters are not sexy, like not at all. Like, people make up that sort of stuff and try to make it work out that way, but it really doesn't. This is like a very serious game, but it plays pretty easy. Like, honestly, my team is all over the place. It shouldn't succeed. Well, that's four heads down. That's 4 tails, jeez. Usually when I play this, it takes me like an hour and a half to do. It's mostly because I play it really slowly. Like for the longest time with this game, I just sat there and logged in.
아직 안 끝났어.
And of course, look at that. There's beheading. That's decapitation for sure. All stagger. Cool. We'll win.
얼마 안
Like these early floors, you can just sit there and do win rating.
풍과 함께 사라져라.
이제 끝내지.
저 밝긴다. 불화하니여. 아무차 잠들어.
이제
Split.
끝내지.
Well, I mean in the sense that it's like the characters in the game, like they aren't like flopping out the big old booba and everything like that. You won't really see that in this game. There's some IDs that have that,
무대 40와의
but
충전.
it's a very gory setting where they're more concerned about like the story content and you taking these characters seriously and not exactly as sex objects. The sexuality concept does exist, but it's not anything like, oh my god. It's like, wow, booba alert.
타임은
It's not action time in it, I'll say that much. What actually sells the game for most people though is the story. Like doing like a trillion mirror dungeons is not exactly like everybody's cup of tea. Like I've been playing this on and off for a while, and like I haven't done like, because I would just sit there and log in some days and just not do too much. But now I've actually sat down, like I take the story seriously,
타임은
and it's like I'm engaged now. Because this game plays like this is like another Project Moon game is I don't know how it's pronounced. Runia. Library of Runia is like the predecessor, is part of the series of this game.
오작 터뜨려주지.
So it takes the concepts from that game, which is already kind of tough for most people in the first place, and they make it a little streamlined and easier.
연수가 얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
타임은 고통스러운
I'm glad I can get early Nebulizer though. That's gonna help a lot, especially with the Earl King over here.
무대 40와의 다시 3 충전. 전투 준비 완료.
You still don't have any idea what's going on the screen in the first place. That's okay. Like watching footage for this game is like the weirdest thing in the world, because if you haven't actually sat down and play it, you can't really follow it, because they're fighting each other, but they have like, instead of like rolling dice, you've got coin flips. So like this is like the dashboard down here. So you take the chain and you start chaining skills together and everything. These numbers are speed. They determine the order of skills. Same thing with your enemies over there. They also have affinities for attacks. So what you do is like, if you have matching the same color, makes the skill stronger. And you also get resources as well. So we have two. The red is wrath. So we want to have 2 wrath skills. Green is gluttony. Orange is lust. Purple is wrath. Yellow is sloth, and blue is pride. So when you're like, okay, this gluttony skill is dominating this lust skill, because the top number on the numerator is an 8. That's the lowest roll I can have when I flip my coin. So if I land on tails, I'll get an 8. If I land on heads, I'll get a 5. I can do a 15. Which is obviously much better than my opponent can do, because the highest they can roll is my lowest number. So I'm going to win this clash.
공격 범위 확인.
So you just string it along, hit finish, and go from there.
오작 터뜨려주지.
since it's so early in the dungeon itself, I can just win rate the whole situation. He's not going to kill with that.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라. 꿈속에서 무차 잠들어. 목을 내놓고 있도록.
The little moon skill over there that says 45 on your character determines it's weighting your rolls to a certain degree. Like each time you attack, they have the coins above their attack. Like Faust right here, she has 4 coins, and they gain power, and it makes her roll better each time to do more damage. When it's at 45, they're going to probably hit heads. I think it's probably at least like a 70 or 80% chance. And then we have and when it's a negative 45, you are going to roll tails and you're not going to win the clash. Ooh, Tangled Bundle. Yeah, it's all right, Elian. The game is complicated to watch in the first place. It's not exactly the easiest thing to watch. However, my plan usually with Ligma Company here is to just like blog about situations that's been happening, or just continue talking about something else. Because we finished our Taimanin content for the day. I want lust.
주라디야, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Ooh, triple Wrath Resonance. So here's a little fun thing about that I heard in the news, like just before even the stream started. Brazil itself is like, you know, they're always the funny meme country of everybody's like, come to Brazil. We have a penchant for violence and corruption in our government. So I guess now they have to have tech companies have to have a liaison or more or less a representative inside of Brazil because of the way it's like they treat personal speech. So if they don't have that in there, they're just going to have they are banning Twitter for the entire usage of the country of Brazil, and if you use a VPN, you have to pay $8,300 if you're caught using a VPN to use Twitter. How crazy is that? So until Elon Musk is able to get a representative in there, our friends from Brazil are having a very bad time to be able to use Twitter in the first place. Well, granted, Twitter is not the best thing in the world for people to have. It's never been good for most people who use it. The reasoning behind them doing it is just kind of hard-headed and dumb. And here I am thinking it's like, wow, the Brazilian Miku trend is it obviously took off and just did insane numbers. So I'm like, oh man, they must really hate the Brazilian Miku art meme. Imagine being the guy. I know what is the I forget who's the original artist who did like Brazilian Miku, and then they have the whole art trend of like Mikus around the world. Oh. I just think it's fun. Boy, I can't wait for Walpurgis Not so I can actually. I hope I can at least get like, whatever version of Faust that is that gives all the tremor and it has tremor burst. Wrath. That's worth it. Alright. Blunt. Wrath. No, it's Envy and Sloth.
교정이라면 따르겠습니다.
Oh shit, it's a Doomsday Clock. Nice. So these are focused encounters. They're a little different. I can't just exactly win rate the whole thing, but... I mean, I can, but it's... You have to choose the people who it goes to. These are always what end up taking like the most time out of my my runs, because I have to concentrate for them. Because like, the further you go on in these, they get like absolutely bonkers in what they're gonna do. He's the fastest.
고작 터뜨려주지. 잘했습니다.
Nice. Good job, Floss. Good job on one-shotting that poor man. Yeah, give me that tremor burst, baby. We'll win rate that. Man, if all the people in Brazil were as cool as Jetstream Sam, they wouldn't have a problem with if Jetstream Sam was around, Brazil would not have the crime problems that they have already.
공격 범위 확인.
Did I kill all my clay dolls? No, I did not. Good.
고작 터뜨려주지.
깨달음은 괴롭지.
Yes, yes.
고작 터뜨려주지. 남은 시간을 탈탈 털어주는 수밖에.
We have to make an offering to calm it down. Alright, I need to use it. Actually, no, I can't kill it yet. I need one of them to survive, because the next turn I have to make the decision again. You know, I haven't played Metal Gear Rising. I think I had Metal Gear Rising. I think when it came out, like I bought it for Xbox, and I don't think I've touched it like ever since. I need to play it again. Ooh, damn, that's like level up +2. It's still worth it though. Yes, and we got Melted Spring too. Looking pretty solid. I like the way this is going. Phlebotomy pack. Like nails. Play it again for the memes. The memes, Jack. What are you talking about? I want to play it again so I can what is it? Like when you have the, what's it called? Oh my god, it's during the god, monsoon. During the monsoon fight, you I didn't think you could parry everything. So it's like, at some point I learned it's like, you know, you can't actually parry his Destructo disc. I'm like, there's no way. And then it's like, and I see like the clip of a person like, when he throws the big disc at you, it actually is moving really slowly for some reason. So like he just goes, the guy runs up there, parries it, and then it actually like gives you the prompt to like slice it in half and make it take less time. So it's like, wow, that's insane. And the best part is when Monsoon does the mist attack and he has to consistently just beat the crap out of you with it, it made me wonder like, wow, it's like I was able to do that perfectly when I played it, because I remembered like, okay, you have to do this. You have to do the parry. And then like after that, I put the game down for like a few days and I forgot about it. So then you get to the Jetstream Sam fight, and then you get to the Jetstream Sam fight, and when it gets to phase 2, Sam loses his sword and you have to fight him with on fists. You have to parry the fists or you actually can't hurt him. And I didn't know that. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just fucking screwed then. And if you could believe it, I had to be reminded about the parry, and then suddenly I'm going on Matthew Perry on his ass and just floored Sam. Green Spirit. Fuck yeah, rags. Perfect. Sinclair. Wound cleared. Oh, that's really good too. Blunt, blunt, blunt. The only slash one. Pierce, blunt. Yeah, I'll be fine. Ooh, triple resonance. No, I'd believe it if like you, because that's what I did the first time around. Is like I was trying to do the entire fight with like without parrying because I didn't understand how it works. Like it's not exactly like, it's a tough fight if you don't because like at that point you have to understand how it works or you're going to have an insanely hard time. Because if before that point you've been fighting against the big stalker robots and the gorillas, and those guys are brutal, and they don't really have a lot of parryable attacks. The gorillas are almost always invincible. No, they have unparryable attacks, but the The big like stand-up walker robots, they don't. Like they're just like big old parry bait.
삶은 고통스러운 법. 깨달음은 괴롭지. 기지.
무차 잠들어.
남은 시간을 탈탈 털어주는 수밖에.
I would imagine so. If like they also probably told him to start using like, did you buy offensive defensive? I think it's like one of the first skills you unlock in the shop too. Prejudice, great. Pride and Wrath slash, okay.
삶을 깨치기 위함이다.
Not the geckos. It's the ones that like when you first get into Denver, Colorado, you have to fight like these big It's like it's in the Denver mission. I know that. Like you have the these big silver robots that have like they're part of the police force. They have the spiked armor plating in front of them, and they skate around in a circle with you. And then when you finally get in the warehouse, you have to beat them back with a certain amount of damage threshold, like a certain damage threshold to push them back so you can continue through the warehouse and go to the other part of the area. I don't remember what their names are because that's I think there's an enemy bestiary in Revengeance, but I don't remember. Because geckos, they're in the they're like in the first level of the game, like the first actual level, not the tutorial where you fight Ray. Lamb.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
진짜로 있습니다. 지불할 능력도 의사가 없다면
There you go. Oh, minus 30. He's gonna blow his ass up. Yeah!
깨달음은 괴롭지.
파쇄 완료.
He got a 6 out of that. He's gonna kick his ass.
지불할 능력도 의사가 없다면 저기 있습니다.
Like there's also I remember in Revengeance there's a point where it's like there are stealth missions in the game. Well, they're quote unquote stealth missions, but if you don't actually do the stealth, like no, the missions are required if you want to get a ranking for that mission. Wow, I'm losing it because it's a game by Platinum. It has the same sort of ranking system that Bayonetta does. If you don't do a mission, it's essentially as if you failed it. So you have these stealth sections you have to go through. And if you go through the stealth section, you know, without getting caught or anything, that's not good. These guys suck. Okay. If you go through the stealth section and not do that, you actually get a really bad rank because it's as if you never fought them at all. So now you have to deal with the fact you have to make a choice of, do I want to do that? Do I want the trouble? No, you need to do it in the first place. That's a bad move right there. Because there's one in I think it's like Mexico, where it's you have like the underground area, so you can find the well, most of the times those missions are based on speed. Speed and damage are your most important things, and then combos like come after that. So not fighting in the mission effectively means you didn't do the mission, so you automatically fail it, and it tanks your like level ranking down so much. Oh no! Got him on back shots.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
So last time you did anything with oh, we'll see you later there, Elian. Have a good one. Ooh, got him. Didn't exactly kill him, but it sure did a lot of damage. Alright, now we can win rate the rest of this.
남은 시간을 탈탈 털어주는 수밖에. 파쇄 완료. 공격 범위 확인.
비명을 질러라.
삶을 깨치기 위함이다.
I need to read what Lament More and Despair does again, because that's I think that's not a blunt skill. That's Pierce. Oh, it is blunt. That's perfect.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
출력 최대치.
주라디야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Ooh, they're gonna start winning their coin flips. That's not good. I cannot allow that to happen. Ooh, damn, I got 4 resonance out of this.
깨달음은 괴롭지.
무차 잠들어.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
기지.
잘했습니다.
Oh, come on. Let's gamble, baby. Oh, did not gain an ego gift. I can feel the endorphins in my brain exploding. I love it. Emotional indulgence. So we've got sloth. No. Damn, none of those are very good. Oh, cool. We actually have this. The Chicken Man's actually a pretty cool fight. The chicken. More damage, heal us 7. And then we need to upgrade the nebulizer. No, we can't use Melted Spring. Heal them up and let's go. They're all bosses.
와일드 헌트야.
Unique counters. Not the best of situations, but certainly one to get through.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
주라디야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
That will kill. No, actually, he'll just do that straight up by himself. That's the thing about these focused encounters is that kind of fuck them up. You can really learn how to fuck them up pretty easily.
공격 범위 확인. 출력 최대치.
나서도록 할까?
오작 터뜨려주지. 저기 있습니다.
직접 밝혀주마. 무차 잠들어.
삶을 깨치기 위함이라.
Take less damage and final attack boost. Great. Now how to go about this. His next attack is Lament.
깨달으면 괴롭지.
듀라디아, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
That won't kill, but at least it'll give me some resources.
공격 범위 확인.
Oh, it did. Oh, that's right, because I have Rags equipped, that actually just makes him
잘했습니다.
hit so hard. It's a simple tier 1 gift, but it's just like, it makes so much of a difference. Because you can actually put him back in the negative, which I need.
잘할 거야.
나서도록 할까?
공격 범위 확인.
비명을 질러라.
규정이라면 따르겠습니다.
Oh no, another set of spear users. I forget what it is, like, there's some... Oh, I forget what I forget what it is. It's like one of the, it's in the cold place from Rodia's, Kanto. Is like, these asshole spear users keep getting SP back every turn. And it's like, I remember when I first started playing the game, it's like I was fighting against those guys, and they just got up to 45 SP, and I couldn't win a single clash. Or I was losing them all the time, because man, it was like they would hit everything, and I think I had 3 sinners die at that point. I still won, but it was so incredibly brutal. Because after that point, I couldn't do the next encounter because it's like I just didn't have anybody. None of my guys had like synergy or anything like that, so I just got fucking owned.
고통스러운 법.
I was just more or less impressed that I made it through. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is another one of those. Like I already saw back there that guy won his clash, and 26.
달릴 시간이다.
Who lost? Who lost theirs? I don't think anybody did. No, that instantly turns it off from Lament.
얼마 안 걸릴 거야. 써주마.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
잘했습니다.
Here, give me that negative 30. Give me that negative 30 that they can't come back from. Gotta love it. I gotta love Rags. He just goes in there, blows them up, gets 6 stacks of coffin, and it's like we just win rate.
공격 범위 확인.
속에서 찢어 놓아주마. 무차 잠들어라.
I bet somebody, like, now I got the lights flickering again. That's great. I bet somebody probably hit like a power pole or something out there on the road. Lust and Gloom. Faust, you got this. Cha-ching. Oh, it's raining. Wow.
하우스트의
Oh,
세상은
yes. Voracious Hammer. Well, it'd be better if I got it earlier. I need gifts to get ready for it. Ooh, cool. This one's nice. Today's expression. That's great. That means we're gonna win like every clash now.
모델 45-3 충전. 전투 준비 완료.
Mr. Chicken! Oh, that's a focused encounter. Alright, those guys I don't have to worry about. They're not going to do too much because they're too slow. No, they're in a like invasion. Where's Rodian? There. This is going to Faust.
얼마 안 걸릴 거야.
No, no, no. Oh shit. Oh, that's bad. They don't do like any damage. I don't like it when it happens. The chicken. I forgot there's like 3 of those guys. Can Faust win this? No. That's not good at all. Ah. Good, that's what I need. I need to make sure she actually gets the hit. Who is this aiming for? Rodian. It's not exactly as favored as I'd like. Well, that's no good. The storms are here.
오자 터뜨려주지.
Get him, Faust. Get him. We gotta win this before the storm really gets here and fucks it all up. Because there's thunder in the background. It's like, alright, it's gonna suddenly turn off all the power. He's at 27 now. Okay. So I can lament that. No, it won't overflow the damage, so I need to wait a minute.
공격 범위 확인.
No, no. No, you're supposed to win your clashes, dude. Come on.
효율적으로.
Good, that's broken. I can lament the next turn. Or that dropped him like a rock. That's gonna send him into the fucking stratosphere now. Good, that'll win for the most part. I got good rolls. And opposed. Alright, that should do it.
터뜨려주지. 지불할 능력도 의사도 없다면
깨달음은 괴롭지.
규정대로
나서도록 할까?
Oh, he doesn't. Now he finally gets lament. Oh, that's right. He can't use it because he decreased his stuff too early. That sucks. So I have to do it again. That's what I call a bad move. That actually might cost it a little. Because we're on level 3, I need to like take as little damage as possible, so I can be ready for when it comes out. I want Nailing Fist for that, and I want...
삶은 고통스러운 법.
That's what I like to see. That's perfect. Let's blow him up.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
받을 수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주세요.
It's never been more. It's always never so satisfying. It's like, my goodness, you get that lament, pop it off, does 300 damage or even more, just sends it into the stratosphere. Okay, we're not doing that. That's nice. God, these are terrible. Damage up. Damage up. Pride Affinity. Like, damn, these are all rough. 2 damage up. The last thing I want is like a 25% increase on the final floor. %17 more. I think we'll just go for it. Whatever happens, happens at that point. Ooh, White Gossipum. Lust. Burning Haze. We'll do the Warp Express. That doesn't sound too bad. Oh, cool. Perfect. Give me another Requiem. Heal the team. Pinpoint Logic, Carpenter's Nail. Curriculum Vitae, okay, maybe that's not too bad at all. Charge count loses a clash. That's pretty... Well, I only have one multi-crack on my team. Ornamental Horseshoe. Ah, perfect. That's what I like. Because you get that on there, upgrade it a little, then everybody gets poise. Looks like a pretty rough floor for the most part. I think you can take the high road on this one. Two months salary. Good old Faust. I mean, this is a multi-crack Faust, so it means it's like she's probably got
파우스트의 계산대로네요.
5 speed. Slowest gets haste next turn. Good.
삶을 깨치기 위함이라.
So chain encounters are a little bit different in the sense that it's like you have like what it's these guys. These have these win their clashes. No, this isn't a focused encounter. They don't have SP.
규정에 따라 실행한다.
So instead of like losing immediately, you can actually just have people in your reserve come and help you, which is actually really nice for the most part. I can get down with that. I got 2 of those. I can only use it like once. Let's make it worth it. Get less resonance. Ah, perfect. Double stagger, nice. I can't get around that. Those are counters.
공격 범위 확인.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
이제 끝내지.
What does that guy have? Coagulated blood? Oh, you can have to click on that.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Two in a row, baby. Oh, nice. Then I worried about her losing her clashes here. They're all still alive. This fight's gonna keep lasting forever unless I just explicitly. It's like, why do they not die? Am I not doing something correctly? It's probably one of those. Because, like, these guys aren't winning their clashes and they're taking extreme amounts of damage. They should be more than dead.
깨달음은 괴롭지. 이제 끝내지.
Okay. Is that going to be the norm for this thing? Is that it's going to take like 6 turns that shouldn't be there in the first place, but I absolutely annihilate them? Manage it, bud. What are you doing? Oh yeah, Gregor's going to be getting like his Walpurgis Nox special. Ooh, the blood bag fixers. Those are not good. Ugh. Alright. That's a focused encounter. Bleed and paralysis. That's not good. Like, I want to win the clash. Actually, no. How about this guy? Struggling.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Now he resists Pierce. That's okay. I just need him to take. I just need to win that clash so he gets weaker. I probably need to use Ishmael's next turn. Cool, he's on block. I don't have to worry about him then. Earl King is up. Need my absolute clash winners. Boy, I need something that can really take advantage of like penetration in the first place. Not penetration, but oh wow, that's a mistake. I managed to give him like 12 bleed right there. He's going to win his clashes every time because of it. No fucking wonder. Got one. Let's give it a try.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야. 출력 최대치 효율적으로.
풍 속에서
남은 시간이 탈탈 털어주는 수밖에.
Where is he? There he is. 'Cause I want to blow him up immediately. Because anything short of that, it's like he's just gonna keep coming back.
공격 범위 확인.
Excellent.
잘했습니다.
Counter, defense. Ooh, cool. That'll be easy. Like everybody can just focus these two now, which I really like. Finally, it's like gives them a chance because they'll just sit there and guard the whole time. Oh, I think this is just like it's with us. It's like this is a chain encounter for both sides.
오작 터뜨려주지. 지불할 능력도 의사도 없다면.
깨달음은 괴롭지.
주라니야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Really have fragility. Do that to him. Let Faust have that one. Will he win the counter? And well, it's an unopposed, so he'll take a pretty good hit from that. It's not exactly what I can afford to do. The guy's got 11, so he'll just go down in flames.
오작 터뜨려주지.
이제 끝내지.
웃어주마.
우와 함께 사라져라.
Excellent.
나서도록 할까?
Oh, thank God, no more reinforcements. It almost makes you wish I take the Warp Express early. Because like these fights are so long. We have no tremor there. Let's make it less resonant so it gets stronger.
얼마 안 걸릴 거야.
사슬 완료.
주라디야, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Get rid of you. No. Does he have 10? Yeah, he has 10. That's why he's hitting so hard every time it happens.
공격 범위 확인. 효율적으로 처리했습니다.
사슬 완료.
Well, how about that? I didn't even need to use it in the first place. Canned ice cream.
와일드 헌트야.
Well, it's not exactly the best situation. It's like, now I gotta do another focused and another encounter like that. These always take forever.
목을 내놓고 있도록. 주라디야, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
공격 범위 확인.
우와 함께 사라져라. 직접 속에서
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
써주마.
좀 나서도록 할까?
Ooh, nice. Another. That gave me how many? I'm at 3 now.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
제다루는 괴롭지. 이제 끝내지.
주라디야, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Oh, I wish I had something for Gloom Boost. That would make it hit even harder.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
Less resonance will do just fine though. Foss is on the case for that.
됐어. 잠들어. 폭풍과 함께 사라져.
At least I can count on Heathcliff to just take out one of them completely. I don't have to spend another turn doing it. Though if my team was set up a little bit better, I could probably wouldn't have to worry about it in the first place. Actually, no, we don't have any rat. We barely have any wrath. So let's boost that.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
비명을 질러라. 왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
남은 시간을 탈탈 털어주는 게.
처리했습니다.
I can only wonder what the game is going to look like from years down the road, where we have like Beefcliff over here just doing a bajillion damage every time. Devil's Share, yes please. Sell some stuff. No, I need that to combine. Has Tremor and is staggered, deals more damage with skills. They have to be staggered in the first place. That's not too bad, actually. I only have $409 and I need to upgrade some stuff. Actually, we'll heal because the final fight's coming up. I want poise. A lot of low-level gifts this time around. Actually, not a lot of them in the first place. Makes me wonder what we're going to do against Edgar, whatever his face is. Vinifigality. Do that. Haste and offense level up. Devil's Share. I would have liked to max them out, but can't really exactly do that. Oh well. Strike, Envy, and Gloom.
흥미로운 일이 벌어지면 좋겠어요.
Alright, let's finish this. That's right, it has that small part of the encounter. This is a really good time to build up stuff for Heathcliff.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
써주마.
듀라디아, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Seal shut will do it.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Good. Because from what I remember about this fight is like after, you know, defeat all these guys, the boss comes in. So this is like they're free, easy enemies, so I can just build up some Heathcliff staffs immediately.
효율적으로.
나서도록 할까?
How many does he have? Damn it, it's 23. Not exactly enough to do it. This way he can win his clashes.
얼마 안 걸릴 거야.
Oh, 1 HP, of course.
교정대로
듀라디아, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Well, that's right, now we have Sasha on the case. Alright. To gain 15 charge count, that's not good. That's not good at all, actually. But I gotta win these encounters. He's at 6 and 39. So it's actually worthwhile to do that one so I can get Lament. If he goes, I won't mind that too much.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Good, you won't win the clash, you'll just fucking die.
출력 최대치.
It didn't do anything. Bloodthirst, excellent. And we got Lament up, which is what I like to see. You know you love to see it. Get that unopposed. Counter. What is this? It's an attack. Alright. It's neutral. That's he's gonna lose that. We'll give it a favored for that so we can get a tremor burst if we need to. What is she doing? Actually, that's Faust. Put him on that one.
공격 범위 확인.
지불할 능력도 의사도 없다면
This is going really well. Oh, that's right. I didn't activate Dullahan. That's still really nice.
깨달음은 괴롭지.
Cool, he's in maximum stacks.
삶은 고통스러운 법.
처리했습니다.
Throwing that slurp gang over there. Got that gush. Oh, perfect. They all targeted him. That's what I like to see. Immediately we can drop off Lament.
공격 범위 확인.
Oh, I just love it so much. It starts off real strong. 400 damage. And we're gonna do that like 3 more times. Oh, he evaded? Oh, you sneaky bastard. Attack weight. Unclashable. Oh, that's right. This is his big heal. So it doesn't ever matter what happens at this point. It's just get ready for the next turn. Get ready for the next battle. Because unfortunately, it's like he's going to heal back all the damage I just did, but it's good to get him past that point. In fact, no, we don't have enough high enough attack weight to get past that. Neither of Heathcliff's can do it. Oh no.
오작
Yeah, we just got to do it. It's unfortunate, but that's sometimes the thing you gotta do. Because the next turn, look at that. We come back. We come back at him. He ain't standing a chance. Because I think he does it two. He does it one other time. I think it's like at the very end. So if if you're not prepared, he's just gonna heal back 400 HP of damage. I just did. Sucks major cock. Like, Robbie can't be doing this shit. Tell these bitches to go home because none of this shit is happening. Fish mail. Perfect. You win this, baby.
오작 터뜨려주지.
Yeah, you ain't avoiding that there, shithead.
그 자식은
Everybody's still bleeding a lot, though.
있을 거야.
I like it. Let's make him slower. Make it so he can't do anything. He is going to get staggered this next turn, and I can feel it. It is going to happen. Butt thirst. Oh, great. Gonna need a big hit. Because I want to win those clashes. Because anything else, it's like we're going to probably die. Chains of others. Let's see. That does fine. It's indiscriminate. We already got that sorted out.
타임은 고통스러운 법.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
It's the regular old default Faust one, but it's so good. Everybody heals.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
Because, buddy, I don't need you to hit hard. I just need you to do that. Everybody's back to normal. I just need you to guys to live long enough to support him. Anything else is just secondary. .43 charge. Oh yeah, that's good.
공격 범위 확인. 출력 최대치.
Oh, there we go. You're finished, son. 8 damage. Oh, there we go. We're going to end it the way that God intended it to. Lament, mourn, and despair, you piece of shit. Oh, beautiful. Now that's what I call a run. That was fun. 42% of all the damage contributed was, of course, Mr. Beefcliff himself.
개소리를 꿈을 꾸고 슬픔에 빠질 필요도 없지.
9,000 damage. Oh my god. Like, that was on that last fight, too. Like, I think I used that probably like 15 times, and it always does like 200 to 400 damage. Oh, you just gotta love it. And we will claim that, yes. Fortnite Battle Pass. That was great. Like the run of my dreams right there. We get everything together.
초대되어 본 적은 없지만 캐서린이 내게 만찬적의 음식을 들고 찾아와 주곤 했었지. 이제 와서는
Alrighty, everybody. That was fun.
옛 기억일 뿐이지만
Obviously, Limbus Company will be making a return. I like it a lot. It's just something to just sit there and just enjoy myself with. Thank you for coming by, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, favorite, subscribe, and do all that. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.